Happy Wednesday, everyone. We have made it to the middle of the week, and I am joined by Claudia Sella from Studio 10.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. We're halfway there.
Wednesday.
But we've got a great show on Studio 10 today because I feel like each day we get closer to Thanksgiving, closer to the holidays. It just gets more fun. And we are starting off the holidays, I would say, with like a really good feeling. So first off, we are talking about Van Atta's a little bit today because they've got really great. Have you been to Van Atta's first off?
I have not yet, but you guys always talk about them, and I always hear great things.
Yes, they're absolutely amazing. They're a greenhouse, which I know that sounds not very Christmassy because it's, but, well, actually, I shouldn't even say that because Frosty the Snowman, that's where he actually meets his demise. So I guess it is Christmassy, not if you're a snowman, but for all of us. And we're going to talk about that a little bit and some of the awesome deals that they have going on. And then another thing, we've got a lot of really great opportunities to give back to the community, including our Boots on the Playground that we're going to talk a little bit about. And just overall, it is National Philanthropy Day.
Oh,
so just overall,
that's awesome.
kind of, going over all of the opportunities in the next couple of months that you can give back. We've got so many opportunities in the area, including through our station. Those will be coming up eventually.
And you know what? We kind of have the Christmassy colors going on together. Look at that. We're ready for the holidays.
We really are. I mean, if it were my choice, I'd be wearing Christmassy stuff every day.
There you go.
We have that, and then we are kind of highlighting, I know that the newsroom has highlighted this as well, but we're highlighting MSU's Project Search program, which is a really great program that takes special needs students and immerses them into the workforce on campus. It's really interesting and unique, and I think it just kind of goes to show that when people are put in the right circumstances, everyone thrives, and it's just really cool.
I like how you said that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so a really positive, happy show today, and if you're in the mood for some Christmas stuff, I would just keep watching our show because it's about to get way more Christmassy and holiday-ish throughout the show. But yeah, we'd love to see you at 3 p.m. And of course, if you can't be there at 3 p.m. or if you just love our show so much, you can head to our social media, and that's where we're always posting our segments afterwards. So if you miss anything, you can always go and find it. But otherwise, we will see you at 3 p.m.
All right, thank you, Claudia. And of course, here are the social media handles to stay connected with Studio 10. Like Claudia was saying, they come up at 3 o'clock. So in about 55 minutes here. Excuse me, my math was off. About 55 minutes, you can tune into Studio 10. But of course, if you can't make it, you want to send something to a friend or watch back later, you can go to @WILX Studio 10 for more. And we are going to learn more about these beautiful temperatures outside. I was telling Justin, I was looking at the First Alert weather app, trying to figure out how to prepare for the day. And I went outside, started today with a jacket because it was colder this morning. But I ran to Target for a little lunch break, had to pick up some mac and cheese, and I was like, I want to take this jacket off. It's very warm. So,
yeah.
Mac and cheese was very good, David.
The temperature's back in the 60s today already. It's been huge. I mean, we were expecting maybe 59, sneak into 60 degrees. We've now exceeded expectations again. We've done that most of the days this week, too, which has been nice. No complaints there. It's got me thinking that my high is 63 could maybe be a little low tomorrow based on the fact that we've overperformed in every other day this week. Really dry air. And again, we're going to be helped by a strong south wind tomorrow that might help us warm up. I've got 63 for the high. We might see a few 64s, 65s out there tomorrow if this is the case. And so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But either way, really good looking afternoon. And tomorrow might be the best of them all.
All right, yeah, well, if you haven't been outside today yet, you want to get out there, especially, if you're out there this morning, you got to go out now because it feels great. Justin's about to tell you the even better temperature, so here we go.
It's very exciting, yeah. So we got a live look at the sky cam outside. We started with a few clouds early today, but we're back into the sunshine. It's full-blown Meridian Company sky cam view of Jackson, where the temperature is at 62 degrees, and that's double the dew point, which again shows we're at 31, and the humidity 31%. So very dry air out there. We talk about how it's very easy to heat this up. Also very easy to cool it down, and we'll try to go back to the 30s in most mid-Michigan spots tonight. However, we are going to stay above the freezing mark, and then tomorrow is the warmest day of the week, and so we have that to look forward to. I think tomorrow might end up taking the day as the best day of November once it's all said and done. Winds right now, they're southwesterly in most spots, 10 to 15, and you notice the temperatures are currently running in those low 60s. Lansing 62, 63 for Mason and Charlotte. We've got 64 in Marshall and in Howell, and so really beautiful numbers this afternoon. Our average high, again, is 46, 47, 48 degrees. We're well above that today, about 15 above normal, and we may even go up another degree or two at the top of the next hour. And it's not just here that's enjoying it, all the way up to Alpena, Green Bay, Chicago. They've all got 62-degree readings, and hey, to be mid-50s in Marquette this time of year, very, very impressive. And so we're really enjoying a nice stretch of warm weather here. We're still in this mild bubble for the next day or so, but that's all going to shift by the time we get out towards our Friday, and so we'll peek at that in a moment. Hour-by-hour temps again this evening, going to be really nice. Even by the time the sun goes down, we're still in the 50s. Again, normal high being in the mid to upper 40s. That's really good for the time of year, and we keep the 40s all the way through midnight tonight. As I mentioned, though, it's easy to cool the air down when it is this dry, and that's what we'll do in the hour-by-hour this evening. You notice by the morning, we're sitting in the mid-30s in spots, upper 30s in some to open up the day. Maybe a little patchy early fog, but I think even if we deal with anything, it's very brief. Here are those numbers getting back to the 60s tomorrow afternoon, and again, the numbers have overperformed by about 4 to 5 degrees today versus what this model suggests. So if 62 is in the cards tomorrow, by the time we get to 2:33 p.m., we could be talking a few folks pushing middle and, dare I say, upper 60s somewhere in the state. Might not be everywhere, but I think we could end up getting really warm tomorrow if this forecast holds. And so we'll hope for 63, 64, but hey, just to get into the 60s this time of year is great. Now, late Thursday night, we bring in a few rain showers. Friday morning, there's the cold front. You notice there are some showers there, and it's 50s everywhere except Alpena, where it's in the 40s by 8 a.m. That's because that's where the cold front is, and it's going to come through. You notice the numbers will drop off heading into the late parts of the day. So even by noon, we're down into the 40s. And then Friday evening, though, we do clear things out just in time for those events ongoing, the Jackson Christmas Parade and Lansing's Silver Bells in the City.
Oh, yeah.
Those should go off without a hitch. However, it's probably going to be a little chilly for those. Numbers will be back down probably into the upper 30s for those events, and so we'll want to keep that in mind as well. That wind can be a little unforgiving when it's blowing out of the northwest this time of year. You'll notice, though, that our overnight low tomorrow night is in the 50s, but it doesn't get much warmer than that Friday before the numbers go the other way.
Yeah.
And so Friday's high is a little deceptive. It will not feel like the 50s most of the day. In fact, our actual high temperature, if you're being technical Friday, might even be close to 58, 59, but it'll be at midnight Thursday night into Friday, and then the numbers will be falling from that point forward. We're going to be mainly, though, in the 40s over the weekend. Overnight lows dip into the 20s, and so it'll be a little cooler, but hey, normal again is still, by the time we get to Sunday, average high is 45. So to be at 48 is above normal, and that's something we'll ride into early next week. There could be a few shower chances ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Right now, Turkey Day itself looks dry. But highs will be cooler, running close to 40 degrees, and so we'll keep that in mind as well. Still, though, we've been pretty spoiled with the sunshine lately. If we can keep that going through most of the weekend, that'll be really nice. Again, this is a time of year we normally cloud up in a big way, and we're just simply not doing that. And so that's really, really nice to see. Lots of sunshine once again in the forecast, and we will once again look forward to hopefully enjoying a continued stretch like this moving forward until we get towards the holiday itself here. And so lots of really nice events ongoing, and we once again are going to be in a really pleasant stretch of weather for it. Last year, a little bit of tough sledding, maybe not so literally, but we dealt with wind, we dealt with snow, and the like for Silver Bells in the City. It was very cold outside, and so not as cold this year. Still be a little chilly, but hey, you know, it's mid to late November. This is when the chill starts settling in, and we've gotten a really nice week leading up to this. And the rain being gone means that being dry will be huge for that event, even if it is a little cold.
Yeah.
We can always bundle up. Not having to have the umbrellas will be big, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, luckily we won't have the snow. Luckily that rain will kind of clear out before Silver Bells in the City and downtown Jackson's parade happening as well. So just bundle up. Get some hot cocoa. You'll be okay.
Right? Yeah.
All right.
Good way to do it.
I like it. All right, we'll show the forecast one more time just to get a little look-see at it. But yeah, kind of a lot happening at Silver Bells, the parade in Jackson, and then Turkey Day. That is coming up fast.
Right, and you know, and again, I thought it was maybe even a little optimistic going to 60 today. I thought a few folks might get there. Originally, yesterday, I had 59 for the high today. 60 is what I settled on this morning, and you know what? We've, again, I'm okay with us getting to 62, 63 versus my forecast of 60. If I'm going to be wrong, I'd love it to be warmer. I mean, that's okay. But even though, again, still not off by too much, but we'll take any warmth we can get this time of year. Anything above 50, like I said, from here on out is good. And we've certainly done that this week several times. And so that's been good to have. We should, again, be into calmer and quieter conditions next week. You notice that the high at the very end of the 10-day here, Black Friday, currently is 38 degrees, and so we're going to go back to some of the cooler temperatures by the time we get into next week. Of course, we'll have to monitor the pattern and see whether it ebbs and flows, rises and falls, anything like that once we get there. And we're still fine-tuning that forecast. And so, obviously, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, big travel days. And so that's what we have going on. I do see that we do have a question from Jeffrey about the rain and how much we're expecting. Jeffrey, I'm expecting, and for anyone else who's interested as well, that Friday's rain likely going to be very late Thursday night. We're talking not till 3, 4 in the morning, so really into Friday morning, and carrying through maybe 1, 2 o'clock, if any lingering showers. We're probably looking at a 1/4 inch or less of rain for most spots, up to maybe a 1/2 inch in isolated locations, but this isn't a rain that's going to flood anything out. And so as far as how much rain, I'd say between a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch is the best bet. Some will get a little more, some will get a little less, but I think it would be a good bet to probably say around a 1/4 inch generally for most people. If that answers your question there. And so we appreciate you watching our show as well today, and thanks for your comment as always.
Yeah, no, we always appreciate our viewer comments. I know Chris says hi from East Lansing, so hope you're doing well, Chris.
Yeah.
We'll take a little live look, actually, outside over East Lansing right now, Michigan State University's campus. You're taking a live look. We're a little more zoomed in here, so I was trying to see if we see any students without jackets because, you know, some of them, they just don't care about the cold as much, and they breeze through it somehow.
You know, I went to Central Michigan, fire up chips, and, you know, and I always would see around campus, anytime in the fall, you would have these days where it would get to 60. There were a lot of folks out there without their coats on, especially if you came from a stretch like we had like last week where it was a little cold for a few days. I think going into some numbers that are even in the 60s, which maybe most of the year some people don't necessarily consider warm. Others do, but not everybody does. I think everyone can agree that getting to your numbers that are 15 or so degrees above normal is huge, especially in a month like November when, again, we don't see a lot of sun typically. It's starting to get a lot cloudier. We haven't had many clouds at all to deal with this week. It's been sun, 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 and, you know, I'm here for it.
Oh, yes.
And tomorrow, I think more of the same. We at least are going to start with sun and with a few more clouds and then have to deal with the rain Friday. But, again, this is the way that it goes. We know that eventually everything good must come to an end, right? And so that's kind of what our stretch is going to do here. But we still get today and tomorrow out of it before that happens.
And the rain's not even bad. We need the rain. Sometimes the rain is fun. You read a good book, turn on a movie. There's things to do.
And we've been pretty dry for the most part so far in the month. And so there's no complaints here. But, you know, that's kind of been where we're at. And so, of course, we're going to get our rain here and there. And, you know, at least it's not snowflakes yet.
No.
You know,
but to stay up to date with all of that, if for some odd reason snowflakes do appear in the forecast, which they're not right now, as you saw in the forecast one more time, I'll show it. But a good place to go for all of the updates is the First Alert Weather app.
Yeah, and it's easy to download, of course, in the App Store or Google Play. All you have to do is search for WILX Weather. It gives you daily video updates that we are always providing from the First Alert Weather team. We've got your real-time traffic updates for the holiday travel plans that you may have, push notifications, banners, all sorts of alerts that you want to set. If you don't want them, you can always turn them off, but be sure to use the First Alert Weather app for those hour-by-hour temps, radar, and everything else. The video updates come in the clutch as well, and all you have to do, once again, is search WILX Weather, both in Google Play and in the App Store. It's absolutely free. Great tool to use when you're planning your day, planning your week, looking ahead. It's all good to have in the palm of your hand.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin. I appreciate all the updates and the great news you had to bring with it.
Of course. Yeah, no doubt. It's always nice when you get 60s in November.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to share what we have coming up during First at 4 in our 90 minutes of news. We'll let Justin off the hook. He's getting ready. Oh, no. Never mind. I always get it confused on Wednesdays. You will see Colton for Studio 10.
He'll be in, yes. I'm going to go do some yard work while it's nice out. Maybe even put some holiday lights up or something. Yeah, because that's another thing good to do if you haven't done it, both today and tomorrow. Really nice days. Take advantage if you can.
No, yeah, you don't want to do it when your fingers are freezing and you're trying to hang up the lights. Not a good situation.
And again, if you're a lights after Thanksgiving, wait till the turkey's in the belly and all that before you celebrate. That's fine, but, you know, get them up. Just don't turn them on.
Yeah.
Just get them up and leave them out there, and then you don't need to turn them on until Black Friday or whatever, whenever you're done with the turkey, and that's what you get to. But to put them up now as opposed to Black Friday, which as you saw at the end of the 10-day is 38. Do you want to put the lights up when it's 60-something or when it's 38? So
It's your choice.
Yeah, it's your choice, absolutely. So
I like that. All right. Thank you, Justin. Well, here's what we have coming up for the rest of our evening newscasts. Coming up on First at 4 and Mid-Michigan Matters, you can expect us to talk about UIA, so Unemployment Insurance Agency. Sorry, I'm trying to move the microphone here. And free legal aid. So we'll have an expert come in and share what you need to know. Then coming up on News 10 at 5, it is the opening day of firearms season for deer hunting in Michigan. And Justin Kent has everything that you need to know as you head out. So make sure to tune in News 10 at 5. And then coming up on News 10 at 5:30, the cost of Thanksgiving dinner, as you heard Justin just say, it's coming up pretty quickly here. And so it's going down slightly. So we have what you need to know as you head to the grocery stores, get your turkey dinner, get any other sides, stuffing, you name it, whatever you're feeling like you want to munch on for Thanksgiving. Have fun with that. And then coming up on News 10 at 6, we continue our You're Not Alone mental health series. And this series is all about showing how people across the area are doing different things to support the mental health of themselves and also of others. And so tonight on News 10 at 6, News 10's Tanaya Jordan shows us how an Ingham County judge is putting guilty pleas on hold in an effort to help veterans overcome challenges they face post-deployment. So make sure to tune in. And also one more thing I want to show before we head over to the teases here is, if I take this down, we are partnering with Tommy's Express Car Wash, Big John Steak and Onion, and J&B Boots in support of Footprints of Michigan. So we are working together as our Make an Impact campaign this month to collect new or gently used kids' boots or donations to purchase boots for their Boots on the Playground initiative. So all you have to do is head to our website, WILX.com, hit the hot button link, and then or if you want, you can also scan this QR code on your screen with your phone, and you can help us donate to Footprints of Michigan. It's such a great cause. So make sure to tune in tomorrow, Thursday. We will have a phone bank throughout our newscasts where you can call in and make those donations, or again, you can bring them into all the different locations, gently used or new boots. So again, those locations, Tommy's Express Car Wash on West Saginaw. You have J&B Boots, that's in Williamston, and then also Big John Steak and Onion restaurants in Lansing. So there you go. One more time, I'll pull up that QR code. That one's a little fuzzy, so let me do this one. There you go. Again, this is happening tomorrow throughout our newscasts on News 10, all of them. So make sure to tune in, find out how you can make an impact. And again, it's getting colder out. I know these temperatures with the 60 degrees might say a little different, but as we head into the colder temperatures, you want to make sure that your feet are staying warm. And I'm sure, if you get cold feet, you might feel how other people are feeling when they don't have that warmth, the socks, the shoes on their feet. And especially the winters here in Michigan, they can be pretty brutal. So helping out people in need get the shoes that they need to continue powering through the winter. So you can help us tomorrow, this Thursday, for our Make an Impact campaign. Again, we're helping Footprints of Michigan with their Boots on the Playground initiative. Until then, though, I do want to hit on all the different teases that our reporters have coming up. So we're going to start with Riley.
Hey, Taylor, thank you. Well, third grade reading levels are on the low for some schools in Greater Lansing, and they're on the high for others. I'm going to tell you a little bit about a report coming from Michigan State University about those third grade reading levels and what some local schools have to say about what they're doing to get their kids back on track. That's coming up on News 10 at 5. We'll take it back to you at the desk.
All right, so again, Riley is coming up News 10 at 5. Make sure to tune in then. Now we have Mars. He is coming up News 10 at 5:30.
Mars Anderson here on the Michigan State University campus. The university is approaching its deadline to appoint a new president. I'll have more feedback on what faculty and students have to say in our 90 minutes of news.
All right, we are going to move on to Deanna Giles, also News 10 at 5:30. Make sure to tune in.
Thanks, Taylor. Michigan is one of 10 states that offers a full-time legislature. Now, some Republican leaders are calling for leaders to work part-time. I'm Deanna Giles, and I'll share what all this means coming up on News 10 at 5:30. Back to you, Taylor.
All right, I think we got a few more. This may be the last one. We're going to send it to Amaya Kuznicki, who's coming up News 10 at 6 p.m.
Thanks. According to AP Newsroom, a vote on the tentative agreement with General Motors is too close to call. Coming up later, I'll have more on the votes locally and what this can mean for the future. But for now, over to you.
All right, there we go. So again, if you weren't able to tune in yesterday to the News 10 Plus digital desk, we started this new little thing where you can get interactive with the touch board back here. So I know we used to pull them up on the screen and they'd just be one after the other, but hey, we wanted to switch it up, get a little creative. So this is what you can look forward to from now on for our reporters. Until then, one more thing that I want to show before we head out here. Again, coming up on News 10 at 6, continuing our You're Not Alone mental health series. Tanaya Jordan does have a story about, let's see here, how an Ingham County judge is putting guilty pleas on hold in an effort to help veterans overcome challenges they face post-deployment. So whether you're a veteran or not a veteran, know that you're not alone. There are resources out there for you, whether it's behavioral, counseling, psychotherapy, a psychologist, therapy, anything of the sort. Go scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. It'll pull up a list of those resources around the mid-Michigan area. So no matter if you're in Clinton County, Ionia, Eaton, Ingham, Shiawassee, Jackson, Lenawee, any of those counties, they have those resources up there for you. So make sure to go check that out. Know that you're not alone. One more thing that I'll add in about veterans, if you are a veteran, or if you're not, you can call the Lifeline chat at 988. That number is 3 digits. It is 988. Give them a call, and if you are a veteran, you can hit the option number 1 that will connect you to another veteran. So that way, you are able to talk to someone who's gone through a similar experience to you. So again, thank you so much for joining the News 10 Plus desk. We've made it halfway through the week. We have beautiful temperatures, so go enjoy. Have a great one.